If you are interested in more of the monitoring features that are available in typing.com, where your students are practicing their keyboarding, there are a couple of things to help you do that. First of all, as the teacher, we're going to log in. So we'll click the teacher login. You are going to log in with your school Google account as well. So we'll log in with Google. Make sure that you are choosing your school Google account if you have more than one. And once you're here on the dashboard where your name appears, you are going to go to My Classes, and you are going to set up classes. I have a couple of test classes set up. You'll choose this Create New Class button, and you will name your class, whatever you want to name it. You can put a class period and a grade in there, whatever options you want to include, and then click the Create Class button. And looking at our class, we want to make sure everything is set up. And after your class or classes are set up, you're going to come up to the Account button on your dashboard. And I want you to notice in this column on the right, you can answer these questions and set these up, but the one to look at is the student sign up join code. Yours may be a rather lengthy, unmemorizable number. Know that you can change this code and simplify it so that your students might be able to type it in. If you plan to have them type it in, or if you plan to type it in for them as they log in to typing.com, you'll change this to something a little more manageable. And if you enter a join code that's already been used or it's not available, you'll get that message from the site as well. So it might take a couple of tries, but set your sign up code and then update your settings. And once that's done, we're going to switch to the student view because your students are going to log in. This is more of the student view of typing.com. Once your students are logged in and they're looking at their dashboard, they're going to log in the same way you did with their Google account. They will come over to Account and they will see their name, their email address. They don't have to do anything to that, but they will scroll all the way to the bottom of this screen and look for this box where it says join code, and they will type in, or you can type it in for them when they log in. They're going to type in the join code that you just set. So mine is this, and I've used this before, so it's going to pop up. I'll hit continue, and then your students will be able to drop this menu down, or you will be able to drop the menu down and see which class, if you have more than one, you want to put them in. So I want to put this student in test class 3, and I'll hit join class. And that gets a student added to the class that you want them to be in. The advantage to adding students to a class, I'm going to switch back to the teacher dashboard now. The advantage to having students in a class is that once I have students in my class, this part of my dashboard right here lets me monitor what's going on with every student in my room. For example, the current activity right here says that this student is browsing the site, and that's what Angela's student was doing. If this student were working on lesson 2, this would say lesson 2. You can click here and see even more detail about what your students are doing in the program, what lesson they're on, and what percentage of the lesson they've completed. So look around and see what kinds of information you can gain there. If you have questions about anything related to typing.com, don't hesitate to call the technology department, and we will walk you through any problems.